So, I mean, they don't really pass a lot. But, I mean, if they had to, I mean, you would think it should make them better. You know, if they got to the point where, like, because there are a handful of games where Henry does get shut down decently, you know, during the season. And Tannehill's proven he's not as bad of a quarterback as he was in Miami. So, I mean, it could definitely help out. Should help out.
No, I totally agree. Here's the thing. I'm to the point. So Eric did like a little thing on his Twitter when this all went down. One of the guys he does his show with is a Titans fan. And by the way, I'm having some like super terrible pains on my side today. So if you see me grimacing, it's because I'm in like level 8 pain right now.
Okay.
Oh, so no, like I think it makes them better. I just don't think it makes them that much better than that. When I don't think they move up anywhere in the standings from where they would have ended up in the next year, anyways. Like if because they're still not better than the Bills. Still don't know they're better than the Chargers. I mean, you know,
See, I don't
think they're better than the Browns by a fucking mile.
Better than who?
The Browns. I still don't think they're better than the Browns.
See here.
Come on, Kevin. Take off your I hate the Browns helmet. Be objective, like I always am every time I talk about the Browns.
Now here's my thing with that. First, I don't know how do you say that they're not better than the Bills? Is my first question.
Because I think Josh Allen is the big difference maker there. I think they're pretty comparable. Like obviously, like Henry's the better running back. I think they're comparable at wide receiver. I mean,
well, who do they got besides Diggs?
I knew you were going to ask me this.
Exactly.
I'll figure it out. No, I don't think it is no one. I think it's someone maybe like, I don't think maybe someone we don't know their name. Like, right, like, you know, I can name this whole roster.
Well, here's the thing with that is in my opinion, Julio Jones or A.J. Brown are better than Stephon Diggs. A.J. Brown just a little bit, not by much, but Brown is a heck of a wide receiver. So
last year, I would have agreed with you.
Like the big thing is, well, you got to go by last year. So by last year alone,
I'm saying last year, I would agree with you. I think Diggs was better than A.J. Brown last year.
No, I don't know about that. The only thing I think Buffalo has got better than Tennessee is the quarterback. Because Tennessee's got a better run game. I think they have two main wide receivers, and that's better than Buffalo's one wide receiver. And the defense are very comparable. So it's like I'd put them ahead of the Bills. Doesn't mean that the Bills would look like they'd beat the Bills. No, it doesn't mean that. I just think they're a better team than the Bills.
Let's look at their stats last year, right? I'm on our old statistics here. So you look at A.J. Brown last year, 2020. He had he was 70 receptions for a little over 1,000 yards, average about 76 yards a game, 11 receiving touchdowns. I give him credit for those. But then fines and suspensions. Let's get into that, Kevin. Fines and suspensions. No, so then now let's go over to Diggs. Last year, played more snaps, had 1,535 yards, averaged 95 yards a game. He did have 3 less touchdowns.
Diggs had 1,500 yards last year?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
1,535. Averaged 95 a game. He did have 7 drops. Let's see how many our boy A.J. Brown had. They both had 7 drops, but guess what? Diggs didn't do that old
fumble.
Yep. Brown had 2 fumbles. But let's get crazy, Kevin. Let's get crazy here.
Julio Jones was hurt, if that's what you're getting ready to go to.
It was not the whole year, though. So he could be.
But still.
All right. I don't even look at it, Kevin. I don't even want
longer. That's fine. You can look at it, but Julio Jones is still better. You can't say that
Stephon Diggs is
better than Julio Jones.
At 32, I'm not saying as an overall league wide receiver. I'm saying you're telling me, don't get me wrong, he looks cut and ripped and ready to like get in some people's faces. From what I saw on the McAfee show and those videos of him, his first couple of practices, he looks ripped. It looks like he's ready to come to play ball, but he's still 32, man, and not everybody's Tom Brady. Not everyone treats their body like Brady does. I know they're two different positions, but still, like, you're gonna hold up. 32 wide receiver. Guess what? He only had 3 drop passes. He only played 500 snaps. He played like a third of the snaps of those two.
Yeah, I told you he was hurt.
He still had 771 yards. That's impressive. We'll see.
You got to think too. Him going to Tennessee will be a big thing because Atlanta, they're a big passing team. So he's like the main thing where he's going to go to Tennessee and he's going to be when we need you kind of thing. So,
but is he going to be okay with that?
I think he will be. Because he's not going to, you got to think it's not going to have the wear and tear. Like he'll be out on the field, but he's not going to be getting blown up over the middle all the time, whether he has the ball or not.
Sure. No, yeah. Here's the thing. It definitely is better situation for Julio Jones. I'll give you that. 100% agree with you there. I just don't know that it makes the Titans that much better than a lot of the other teams. I'm interested. The Chargers, I think they're going to be pretty good next year. And then obviously, here's the deal. Like, I'm a homer all day long, but for the first time in maybe my life, I can legitimately say, like, the Browns are like a legitimate threat next year. So
I'm not going to disagree with you there, but you still.
So was it worth a 2 and a 4 to stay right where you're at?
Well, I mean, you don't know. Like I said, just because the Browns could be better, the Bills could be better, doesn't mean they'll beat them. We see it every year.
Sure. No. Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, if you sit there, you might look at them and be like, they're going to stay in the same spot. Well, say they make the playoffs and they make it to the AFC Championship game. I mean, that's not where you're expecting them to make it to. So, it worked out. You just never know. If they think it makes them better, that's all that matters. As long as they think they're making their team better. And you got to look. They got A.J. Brown is their main wide receiver threat. Everyone in the AFC that's got like a good chance of anything are deep at wide receiver. So, I mean, if anything, you're getting deep at a position that you're not deep in.
No, I can understand that. I totally agree with that. I think it's interesting. Obviously, I'm really excited for football season just to get here.
Yes.
Oh, don't die. But no, like, I'm excited for football season to get here. I'm excited to see how this all plays out because we all know there's going to be injuries in training camp, injuries throughout the season that could plague your team. We've seen it happen in the past. Cleveland has a dominant roster, a deep roster, but still get a couple of those offensive linemen hurt, and all of a sudden your weak at O-line can't keep Baker protected. Shit goes south fast, and how or that defense doesn't turn out being what we think it is going to be. And then I'm stuck watching the same shit I watched last year with, Baker and them moving the ball effortlessly, but it didn't matter because the fucking defense was going to give up 175 points a game and 3,000 yards. I mean, look at that playoff game against Pittsburgh. That still pisses me off. Pittsburgh should have never been allowed to come back in that game for a couple of reasons. A, you're up 20, you got 20-0 in the first quarter. You should have taken that team's will to live, right? But no, you start playing prevent. We all know how I feel about that, or soft, whatever you want to call it, bullshit. But not only that, but like that would have been such a statement, I think, if they would have stepped on the Steelers' throat and literally like rode it as hard as they could all game long. Push, come after Ben like a mother all game long. Don't play that backup bullshit. Had they done that, I think that would have even pushed them further going into this year. Even still, if they lose to Kansas City, that would have pushed them further going into this year. Because now you got that like statement, like we are legit badasses win. Instead, you go, oh yeah, they won, but kind of same old Browns, right? They let them come back, almost gave it up at the end.
But see, you gotta look at that too. Like the turnovers in the first quarter is what made that entire game. Because if it's not for the turnovers, I mean, that's a back and forth game. That's a toss up at the end. Browns would have been leading. So I mean, Browns would have won, but it would have been a whole lot closer than it was. So it's like that offense really wasn't that impressive if you think about it, because you got to think 4 touchdowns came inside the 20. So I mean, and what? Then they scored 2 defensive touchdowns, didn't they? If I remember right, in the first quarter,
Yeah,
at least one. So Steelers defense, when they actually didn't like have to go out inside their own 20-yard line, Steelers defense did pretty decent. So it's just like in the Browns defense. I mean, the Browns defense did what the Browns defense
but
does.
it's not. But what I'm saying is, like, outside of, so essentially, though, the team did its job. So outside of Pouncey's mistake at the beginning of the game, right, that bad snap, you got to get those turnovers. Those aren't handed to you. Like, you got to stag those. I mean, yeah, okay. You still got to catch them. The one he kind of had to reach back to get that first one. I continuously watch those on YouTube, the highlights of that game. Probably watched it 47 times. Probably gonna watch another 47 for the season kicks off. That first interception, like, he's got to reach back and bring that and grab it and bring it. It was actually pretty athletic. And so, yeah, you're right. But the Steelers, like, weren't able to keep the ball. Like, Ben screwed them. Like, the Browns did what they were supposed to do. I'm not saying the Browns. What I'm saying is they should have never backed off. If you remember, like, they got up big. What they do? They start playing that. Wasn't always prevent, but it was soft. We're going to play 10 yards, 15 yards off your receivers and keep you in front of us bullshit. I would have been trying to kill Ben Roethlisberger that night.
Yeah, but I mean, they knew what. I just think, like, I don't think they went full prevent. They tried to, but it's like I just think they were trying to play it smart, as in, we'll give up the whole like bend and don't break thing, because it's like you know what you're gonna get from Roethlisberger. You play him twice a year. You've played him twice a year forever, so it's like you know what's coming, and you know that if you screw up, I mean, you're gonna score. I mean, you're going to give up a score. So it's like you don't want to give up that score to get them back in the game, which every time they did get back in the game, they've been through a pick. So, how many guys sit there and can throw over 500 yards, however many touchdowns he threw, and then also have like 4 interceptions thrown in the game too?
I just don't. Yeah, but I think those numbers are so inflated because how we play defense that game. And that's what I'm saying is, like, now that's going to be in the back of every team's head. Like, oh, I mean, again, like, I hate to say it, but on some level, it is same old Browns, right? We're gonna get up big, we're gonna play soft, and we're gonna play that bend don't break. I just don't believe in that. And I don't believe in that when you're trying to turn a culture around. You have an opportunity for a statement win. You're right. We might not have kept going up. We might not have went them down the field and scored 80 points. But what I'm saying is, even say we don't score another touchdown, say a 28-17 win or 28 or 28-7 win, where Ben's on his butt all night long is. I just think it helps for the change that we're trying to make. A deal we won. I'm happy for it, but it just sometimes when you like, it's like anything else, right? You look back after the season and you're like, why didn't we do this, that, or another thing? Usually I'm like, why did we hire this guy as coach? Who we drafted a quarterback? This year I have, loftier things like, oh, we should have won better.
Is OBJ going to destroy my team this year?
Yeah, here's the thing. I've seen him on Instagram, Twitter a little bit. He seems to be like poised to like prove himself, and I'm hoping that means because I think him and Baker got to have a conversation. And and Baker like literally has to tell him, or he has to tell Baker, like, don't feel like you have to force it to me. I watched last season when I was out and you just started hitting it, whoever was open, because you didn't feel like you had to feed me. That offense blossomed, right? Especially behind that running game. If he can do that, because if OBJ could come in, he's still probably your number 1 receiver. I mean, I think that's legit. I think Higgins, I don't know. I love Higgins. I know I'm overloving him. I think like I said, I think Landry's the heart, but I think Higgins might be our best guy, especially like moving into the future. But what I'm saying is you got all that talent. If he could just come in and play his role, take it when he's open, get open first. That's a good start. But we know he can make big plays. His first year, they both had 1,000 yards receiving. You would have never known it because OBJ kind of had a pretty quiet year in OBJ terms, but he still had 1,000 yards that year. So I don't know. I asked Brian to come on. I didn't ask him. I emailed him. I forgot to text him, but I wanted to get him on here. I wanted to find out, what do you think about this whole Aaron Rodgers situation up in Green Bay?
I don't know. I still think in the end he's going to end up being a Packer. I'd be completely surprised if he's not next year, But I don't know. It just gets. It seems like it's getting crazier by the day. You
Now,
know,
do you
he was
mean
not happy
next year, or like this year, next year?
this year. Like I don't. I'd be so. I'd be surprised if he wasn't a Packer this season. I know what he's trying, but it's like, and I understand why he's mad. You know, I mean, it's definitely understandable. You're not really helping him out, and then it's like, then you sit there and I mean, you do have your future quarterback just sitting there, so I mean, that's got to be irritating.
I'll never understand why that's a problem. Why is it a problem to draft your like? He's got to know he's on the back nine. Like,
Yeah, he does. I mean, he made the comment on McAfee's show this year at one point.
yeah, like he knows where he's at. Why? I guess I don't know what the big deal is. So they're not supposed to draft a talented guy if you think he's talented, right? That's my
Yeah.
only thing. Like, I get he wants help, and sure they should be doing that, but I just don't think like he has any right to whine about where they draft the next quarterback. Because if he, I mean, imagine he wants that team to be good when he leaves. He wants to leave it in good hands, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna want to. Do you want to leave it in good hands, or you want a chance of like taking that team to a championship again? You know, actually, making it to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Because not only is it good for like the team and city, I mean, it's good for you. So
absolutely, and I understand that, but there's a balance, and you also have to, as an organization, prepare for the future. And I don't know. I just think this is all crazy. I honestly don't know that he's going to be a Packer. It seems like you hear. I saw Jordan Love's all. Is it Jordan Love that's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he was all like Aaron Who and was ripping off his shirt at practice after throwing a touchdown. Like, that's kind of cocky, young boy.
Yeah.
Like, because here's the deal. There's probably is like a solid chance Aaron's coming back, right, to that offense, to that locker room. You don't think he doesn't see that?
Oh yeah.
And you're trying to ingratiate yourself and get him to teach you what he knows.
Yeah. I mean, all it is the Favre Aaron Rodgers situation all over again.
Yeah. Yeah. And those two, I mean, it took them a while before they were even chatty, but they seem to have mended their relationship. And
yeah.
What does that say? Again, this is something I'd love to know from Brian, who's like in the thick of it up there. What does that say about your organization? Back to back. I mean, 15 years apart, but still, somehow you're fortunate enough to get back to back Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and you fuck them both.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened in the back, but either way, by the end, they both wanted to be gone.
Well, the bad thing is I think I do think like the quarterback situation with the team is different between Rodgers and Favre, because Favre was playing that cat and mouse. I'm going to retire. Oh, I'm back. I retire. Oh, I'm back. He kept going back and forth. So I can understand that to an extent, where this one is just like, he's never said he was going to retire. Like, it wasn't, I'm retiring this year. He never pulled the Favre, but it's just like, I don't know. Obviously, he's finally had enough of whatever, because obviously we don't know everything that's going on, but it just seems like it's finally caught up to him and he's ready to move or whatever. Because I don't see him retiring. That would be like the most shocking thing.
It would be most shocking just because I think he still has a passion to play. But if you're talking about, like, wouldn't shock me if he did and literally wouldn't host to Jeopardy. They're talking $20 million a year for him to go not take a hit at all, still be in the public eye. That guy, there's two people who I like saying are living their best life. Pat McAfee, who is like, I'm trying to get in a Pat McAfee kind of mind and just, he's just living his best life.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Just does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But he's a pretty cool guy, but he doesn't worry about, I mean, I'm sure he does, but I don't know. I watch that guy and he's like, man, that guy you never see him not smiling. Never. Yeah. I was like, man, I want him. But also Aaron Rodgers, he gets to have Miles Teller, Maverick star, Top Gun Maverick, which probably is going to get pushed again. So I'll maybe never get to see the damn thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to say, it's like, it'd be nice if that came out.
It's one of the only movies left that I'm excited about seeing.
I'm excited for the new Purge movie.
I've never gotten into any of those. I don't think I've ever even watched one of them.
I like them.
Kim and I watched The Conjuring the other night.
See, I've never got into those.
Here's the thing. They can be scary. We watched one with my buddy Mondragon. It was like The Conjuring 2, I think. It's funny because after that podcast was the greatest podcast I've ever been a part of in my entire life. It was like 2.5 hours of mayhem. I could barely walk from my room to where I had my studio in my house there.
Yeah.
I was so drunk and we were all and then when I saved it incorrectly, Kevin, and it saved it into like 250,000 different files. And they weren't even like organized. We're like, oh, if I just group them back together, like one right after the other.
Yeah.
No, they were like 52 card pickup. You ever play that with your grandpa or grandma when you were a kid?
Yeah.
They think it's fucking hilarious. Like, oh, let's play 52 card pickup. You're like, and they're laughing like my grandkid's kind of dumb. But no, like that's what it was like. And so it was like these like 30-second to 15-second like chops. And I tried, Kevin, for like 2 years to glue it back together, and it just couldn't happen. And it was so sad because even Matt, I remember Mondragon. It was one of the last ones we did too, sadly. He was pumped even like when we were done. He's like, oh, that's going to be so good. And I don't think we talked about sports the whole time. Like, not at all. It was like random shit. I think like The Conjuring, the movie we just watched, but the last one was actually pretty good. It scared the shit out of us. I'm not going to lie. I still like hear noises and I'm like, oh, there's a ghost in this mother. But I thought it was pretty good. Fast and the Furious 9 sucked. Bad.
Yeah, I still got to download that damn app so I got to watch it.
Dude, it's so bad. I am so disappointed. It might have jumped the shark. It might be done. I'm still going to watch the last two because now I'm in it. You know, I can't give up. But I kind of over it. Like, I'm not that excited about F10 or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was that bad for me. It was... I will tell you this because I don't think it's like a spoiler. But let's say there are like, because you know how his dad died. He talks about his dad dying in the first one.
Yeah.
You know who they got to play his dad for like
No.
Did you watch Son of Anarchy?
Yeah.
Not Son of Anarchy, the Mayans.
I saw like a couple episodes of the first season.
Okay, so like Easy, like basically the main character.
Okay.
He's who they got to play their dad. So it even looked kind of weird because he looks super young. And I get they were flashbacks, but it was like almost still too young.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know. They brought Han back, so that's always great. You already know that because you've seen the preview.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like it was. Here's the thing. I thought they tried to tell too many stories, and movies get so fucked up when they do that.
Yeah.
But then I watched and I know I'm rambling here, but I'm on something. But then I watched what's the one I told you, Wrath of Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, movies need to be like this again. There's like not over like nonstop green screen, like this whole flipping movie was shot on green screen.
Yeah.
Like movies were like great story. Sure, you had some action stuff and you had some like maybe one or two big pops. But overall, like it was just simple, good storytelling. Like you didn't have to like, I can't write a movie, so I'll just have a lot of like special effects to cover. What's up? What's up, Bonesy?
Will you get out of the way?
Hey, Bonesy is on the show. Bonesy is an important part of this program.
Uh-huh.
But no, like, I don't know if you had a chance. Oh, so you probably haven't had a chance to watch that either.
No, and I really want to see that one. That's the thing. Like the app that I got, I could watch TV shows on it pretty good, but it has no movies. Well, you'll sit there and you can go on and it'll bring it up, but then it's always like no links.
You could do TV shows?
Huh?
I'll talk to you in a minute when we're not.
No. It's another app that I downloaded because it doesn't have any TV shows on that.
But is there TV shows on it?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have to send it to me. Does it cost money?
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta send that to me. Text it to me later if you would.
All right, I gotta look at it. It's like cat mouse, I think, or mouse cat, something like that.
Maybe that's what I'll watch tonight. I'm gonna watch Tom and Jerry tonight. That, or I kind of want. I've heard that. What's the 1,000 Dalmatians?
Oh, Cruella.
I heard, Cruella. I heard that was actually really good. Kind of like a little bit off like the path for Disney. Not super like PG, but
it was definitely a little bit dark. I liked it. Winnie liked it because that was the thing. Winnie wanted to see it, and we were kind of like up in the air because it's like if you see the previews, it looks kind of dark. So it's like we weren't sure, but it's like, well, we'll get it and we'll start watching it and we'll just go from there. If it starts seeming like it's getting too bad or whatever, too scary, something, then it's like we'll just turn it off. But it wasn't bad at all. She really liked it. We all liked it. So I mean, it's a good movie. I thought it's not getting any good reviews, but most movies don't anymore.
See,
So
that's weird because the one review I read actually said unexpectedly good. Actually, it wasn't a review. My friend Nikki, she said she wasn't very excited to see it. She didn't think it'd be that good, and she watched it. It was unexpectedly good. Yeah, I don't listen to critics, man. Critics are morons.
yes.
Like, I go to movies, I want a good story, but I also like don't need it to be completely like make sense. Like, I don't need to be like completely based in reality. Like the time jump sequence didn't really make. If you've read this scientific study, it doesn't really match up. So I'm giving it a 2 stars. Like, I don't know. I don't need it to be perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of what I did watch, and I'm not a Marvel guy, but these Disney Plus has like got me on the hook, brother. Loki, have you watched it yet?
I haven't started watching. I've been watching Last Chance U. I am hooked on that damn show.
Yeah, I've heard that's good too. I haven't watched any of it, but
dude, you gotta when you have time and you have like time to binge because that's how I was. Like I started it and I was just like, and I started it because the one coach was on McAfee the other week, and so I started in the middle. So I started at the beginning. He was on seasons 3 and 4, and so I started there, watched his 2 seasons, and the dude is crazy and freaking hilarious. He's like one of the only white people to grow up in Compton, and it's fucking hilarious because if you just hear him talking, like until McAfee made that comment or he made the comment, I can't remember. With him talking, you're just like, you think he's a black head coach, and then it's like, and then McAfee made the comment. He's like, you got to be the only white person to grow up in Compton. And I was like, wait, what? And dude, it's oh my gosh, it's hilarious the way he walks, acts, talks, everything. You're just like, holy shit.
Yeah,
but he ended up having to resign after the season because he had this German kid on his team and something went down. Well, he ended up texting him. He's like, listen here, you German motherfucker. Or no, you German fuck. And he went on this rant and he sat there and he's like, you better calm down and learn to listen. I'm your new Hitler. And like everyone lost their shit. And so he ended up having to, they made him basically resign. And like if you watch the show, their season's different than the first 2 seasons. First 2 seasons, a team in Mississippi. Yes, team in Mississippi. His team is in Independence, Kansas. So in this one, they have a couple teachers that they kind of follow that teach the football players.
So is it like a junior college or something?
Yes. So they're all trying to make sure they have good grades so they can get a D1 scholarship. Like that's the big thing. And they were showing like they were kind of going into him resigning. Like they didn't really get into too much of it, but they got into the gist of it. And one of the teachers sat there that was the main part of the show. It was a black lady, and she sat there and she's like, if he said that, I wonder what else he was saying. Obviously, because they filmed it in 2019, so obviously you know what she's implying. And it's like, that dude grew up in Compton, and the way he acts, like, he knows not to do any of that. So it's like, I wouldn't think that. And if you watch it and you like you get parts of his growing up story background, and then like for McAfee, him talking about how he grew up and everything, it's like I definitely doubt that he was dropping any of that stuff, you know. But it's just like you never know. But I'm just like, come on. It's like you can't get through anything without them being like, did he do this? And it's like, oh, for Christ's sakes. And it's like, truthfully, I didn't think him saying I'm your new Hitler was that bad, because if you know the guy.
My wife, I'm not gonna say it. She loves me. She's grilled cheese, the peanut butter jelly sandwich for dessert, and I'm kind of intrigued. I mean, I think no, I should be good on my carbs today. Sugar free. You use sugar free jam? No, she did. All right, I'll try it. Dude, it's weird. Like, I really gotta think about what I eat now.
Yeah.
And it's like irritating. And when I don't, like yesterday, I had Burger King. And guess what? Today, that's why I'm in like literally level 8 pain because my body can't. What is it? Can't filter out fat content. So like a lot at once. So if I eat like a fatty like meal like Burger King, my body's like, now my new body is trying to shut down on me. It's like, hey Matt, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna put you to your knees, bitch. And that's where I've been all day. Like it's been miserable. I went to the doctor and I was like, because I had to go see when I could get released for work, which I finally am gotten released for the 21st. I was like, what can you do, like, for this? And he's like, nothing. You got to bear through it because I can't do what needs done because of your liver. And I'm like, so he's like, but he is trying to fast track my bypass,
Mm-hmm.
Which will help me lose weight, get me to BMI for, gets me in shape for,
Transplant.
So hopefully he'll get approved. We'll see. He said it'll take about a month to find out. And then we have to get approval. Once he gets the okay, then I have to double check with my transplant team and make sure they're okay with me getting a bypass still, because it could send me into decompensation and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that was good. But yeah, like he's like, I can't do, he's like, I can give you like, keep you basically chewing oxy. I was like, no, I don't need to. Like, I'm terrified of getting addicted to that shit because I just have that kind of personality. I'd be popping oxy.
Bad for your liver too?
So, I mean, in moderation, like as long as he knows what's going on. So all my doctors are intertwined. So
yeah.
But even then, like I don't want to fuck with it. It's probably not good for my liver, but
get down.
All of those guys are intertwined now, man. I don't make any decisions for myself anymore.
Yeah.
But sorry, it's got a little weird there, but we're talking about TV shows. I was telling Kim the other day, because did you ever watch that? Have you watched any of that Rebel, or did you get into that at all?
Rebel?
Yeah. Oh, it was after Grey's Anatomy. It was a new show this season. It had the girl from the Bundys, the mom.
Oh, okay.
But she's a badass. It was a good show, but they canceled it like 4 shows in, and it just pisses me off. Like they don't give good shows times to like get a fan base and get rolling. What are you giggling about over there?
No, I was just stupid cat.
But yeah, so like it just makes me mad that like they don't. All this stuff gets canceled so quick, and these are good shows. What else just got canceled after like 2 or 3? All Rise. I thought that was actually a really good show too.
See, I've always wanted to watch it. I never did.
Well, now if you watch it, you get all the episodes because it has been canceled. Yeah, it was as messy as I thought it was going to be. Oh, Kimberly Pierce. I think you just made love to me with the sandwich. I was so good. You should do that. What are you watching then? What's good, man? What should I be watching? Oh, another one I was told that we should watch. I haven't watched it, but the F1 series on Amazon Prime. I heard like, yeah, it's like F1 Formula 1.
Oh, racing?
But I heard it's really not a whole lot about racing, but it's like people are like talking about like, I love this show. So I'm gonna try that out when I get some downtime.
I haven't heard of that.
Maybe after my bypass, I'll binge that one.
My thing is, like, I get stuck. Like, I'll start watching and like I just binge it.
That's what I do.
So, like I said, right now it's Last Chance U. What did I watch before that? There was something I watched before that. It was pretty good.
Have you been in the movies?
No.
Have you seen any movies?
No, because like I said, the movie app thing hasn't worked, or I haven't got one to work. So I got to find one. So I got to download the one you sent me again.
Yeah. And also,
But,
look up the latest edition of the Cyberflix because it's working.
all right.
You need the most recent update.
All right, I got to do that. Is it FLIX? Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
For Flix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so movies I haven't really been watching, but it's like I've been watching outside of Last Chance U. I've been doing the A&E biographies for wrestling, the Dark Side of the Ring.
Those have been good. Mick Foley's this week. I can't wait.
I watched it last night.
Was his last night?
No, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Mick Foley's was?
Yeah, it was Memorial Day weekend.
Shit.
Because I haven't, I got the A&E app downloaded on my Fire Stick, so I've been going through that, and they just put it on finally. But
yeah, but how much is that?
It's free.
Oh, so you just download the A&E app?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna get don't tell my wife. I think I'm gonna get a cube, a Fire Cube or something.
Yeah, I've been looking to upgrade to that.
I need more memory.
Space. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's like running super slow and buffering a lot because there's not enough memory.
Yeah, that's a lot of my problem too.
I'm gonna upgrade it because we use it a lot. Like I pretty much watch everything on that Fire Stick, and I'm about to freeze our because we did get Dish, but I'm about to freeze it because I just got a lot going on. I'm trying to minimize my outgoing financials. So like I want to go back to like watching everything, but I watch through something, through some app on my Amazon box. Like that thing is so awesome because everything goes there. Like some stuff doesn't go to the only other thing that everything goes to is the new Apple TVs. And they're comparatively priced, but just like some stuff like I have a couple of boxes like the Roku and the one I got one for Christmas. They're okay, but like they don't get everything. Like either I can't get HBO Max on it. And I want a one-stop shop, brother. Like I want to like turn on and go to whatever, watch whatever. Instead of, I need to have the Roku one to watch these 4 things and the Amazon Fire Stick on to watch these 3. No, I just want one-stop shopping. Oh, you know what else I've been getting into, by the way?
What?
The Rainies, like what's it called? Homestead, Saving the Homestead or something. It's another A&E one or biography one, but not A&E, Discovery Channel. But like they just go these people that live off the grid, but they're failing at it.
Okay.
This family called the Rainies, and they just like help people turn their shit around. And I'm into it because like the dad is like this hard ass, like super, like do everything yourself, like super smart. But it's also like a big teddy bear, dude. He's constantly crying, getting sensitive. I'm like, I love this guy. He's got like these deep, like what are they called in your hands? Calluses, like super deep. Like this guy spent his life working with his hands. Like he lives off the grid in Alaska on 40 acres. His whole family completely off the grid. Like he's got his own water. Like I just saw one this week where they had to literally dig their own well because their house burned down. So they had one almost done, the new one.
Yeah.
But like he dug down, found a water well, like ran water to his house, completely like not commercial at all, but like works fine, works great. Guy's got he's got constantly 1,200 for life. He's got 1,200 gallons of fresh underground water forever because he found this spring. And I'm like, but he goes to these other places and they watch and they help other people do it. I'm like, I keep telling Kim, like, the older I get, I think I could live off the grid, dude. The only thing I would need on the grid, well, the work would suck. I mean, that's definitely part of getting skinnier. I don't think I could do the work of living off the grid. But if I got skinnier, if I got down to my good weight, I'm telling you, man, as long as I had a way to get like Sunday football games, which I guarantee you there's a way. Oh, with Starlink, you get internet anywhere, baby. If you got power, you can have internet. Get Starlink. They're getting right now. He's already getting 100 to 200 download speeds. I mean, so it's already flying. So it's not like that HughesNet bullshit. So I get a Starlink system. I can watch Sunday football, watch the Browns dominate. And I just live in the middle of effing nowhere with some cougars and some bobcats. Just living my best life, Kevin Tenney.
Uh-huh.
And I want to get you and the old Margarita Diva down here and the kids for dinner before, if we actually get to go back to Utah.
Yeah.
Especially now that our house is like not disgusting. Kim and I have been cleaning it up because her sister comes in town tomorrow.
Okay. I was going to ask you if it was your family or her family.
No, my family. They would just come down. And I probably wouldn't even clean because, I grew up in Sorrywood, so low expectations. But no, her sister, her brother works at the Air Force Base in Utah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what his job is, but I know he works with the F-16s or whatever they are, F-15s. But he has to do like training occasionally, and he just so happens to be doing a week's worth of training in Dayton at the base there.
That's cool.
So, and it's like an hour from here to Dayton. So I don't think he's going to stay up here. I think he's going to come up tomorrow and Sunday, and then he'll stay in Dayton for the week. But her sister and her two kids, two of their kids, two girls, are coming out for the week. And usually when they come out, they want to work. So might be getting some projects
for you.
Oh yeah, might be getting some projects done. The Cleveland Browns dog pound poker room may be completed. The kitchen might be completed. I don't know, Kevin. I'm just hoping that I don't eat a fatty meal that I didn't pay attention to because my side, I can't deal with it. It hurts so bad.
But I say, if anything, you think you would learn from today.
Oh no, I did. I learned a valuable lesson. But I'm learning as I go here. Here's the thing: I should never eat. I should not be eating out. Kim and I actually. Here's what I told Kim because I pretty much manipulated her into Burger King yesterday. Because when it's like any addict, when I want something, I could twist it and turn it and make it sexy, right? I'm like itching, like Kim. Fucking cheeseburger so bad. I need a bacon king whatever. And but then I told her today, I came home from the doctor because me and the doctor had a good conversation about what I have to do to get to where even if I get the surgery approved, he can do it. Mm-hmm. And I got to super get on. I've been I have honestly been pretty good. I've had some days, but overall I've been a lot better.
Yeah.
But I was like, Kim, you can't let me. You got to be the asshole. And that is not a strong role for Kim, right? Because she's she wants me to be happy and what makes me happy, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm telling you right now, in my best, most clearest mind, you need to be the asshole for a little while. It's like when I quit soda, it sucked for a while,
Yeah.
But now I don't desire soda. So I was like, I need you to be the asshole when I go, hey, I make up some bullshit why we should be going out to ordering Burger King. I'm like, no, you need to tell me to fuck off. Call me or I was like, you need to literally tell me is this Burger King worth your life, Matt? Because and I was like, here's the deal. I might pout. Here's the deal. I probably definitely will pout, but you got to be okay with that.
I know you.
Yeah. But I was like, you got to be okay with that because it's my life on the line if I don't. And it's I'm fighting this food addiction. It's a battle, brother. It's a battle.
Yeah.
You still walking?
No, not like I used to.
Oh, okay.
Too hard. I don't have time in the evening, really.
Let's do this, Kevin. Let's do this. Here's what we're gonna do. I got a plan. You're gonna make a video of this once a week, but I want you to do it every day. Find a half hour to walk up and down the road. Half hour. I'll get out and walk every day if you just go for a half hour. We both get healthier. Neither of us need to die.
Don't get me wrong. I want to.
That's what I'm saying.
If I do, then I got to take Winnie with me, and then I got to go so slow.
So it's all right. You're moving. You're moving, brother.
I know, but
come on, Kevin. Tell me you're gonna do it. Give me a week. Tell me you'll do it for a week, and we'll go from there. And I'll bug you again next time. Just a week, 7 days, half hour a night, and I'll get out and do the same thing.
Like I said, it doesn't bother me. Like I like going out and walking. It's just trying to find time to get out and walk.
Just make time. You gotta prioritize it. It's gotta be important.
It is, but it's hard.
Go out with Winnie. It's a little father-daughter time.
Yeah,
Right.
but she drives me crazy.
Well, yeah. Oh no, I totally get that. She's a handful. That girl is gonna be. I can't wait. This is one of the reasons why I'm not ready to die yet. Because I look at Winnie. I have two young ladies. Like I have my brother's little girl, right, Raina,
Yeah.
who just has my heart. Right. Same thing, Winnie. They're very different young ladies, right? But
Mhm.
like I just love them both so much, and I know you know that with me and Winnie. Like she's my little buddy.
Mhm.
But I can't wait because I look at Winnie now and I'm like, that girl's gonna raise so much hell. I can't wait to hear the stories. And when we're like, I'm talking to you in 15 years, and you're like, Matt, listen, you need to fucking believe what she did. She's grounded for a year. Like because I just see it. I see it in her, man.
Dude, she is on this whole TikTok. She loves TikTok. So Miranda, she looks at it on Miranda's phone, so don't have to worry. I just started using TikTok, so it's like nothing. The only thing that's gonna come up on mine is you've seen what comes up on mine. So
You're gonna get
She's-
so hooked.
yeah, I know. And so she was at Helen's been taking her the last 2 weekends. On Saturday, she'll go and spend the day with Helen and the kids and
Yeah.
have fun and get to do stuff. And so of course they're all on TikTok, and it's like my niece Mary Beth and like all her friends and Mark's friends still all come over there. So she hangs out. She likes hanging out with the older kids playing. Well, they were looking at TikTok, and Mary Beth showed her this video, and she sent it to one of the friends' names Uriah. So she sent the video to him, and he was laughing. So when he looks at it, so when he's telling me this video, she's like, "Daddy," and I'm like, whenever she gets all serious and gets up there, and she's like, "Daddy," and she's pointing, I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "I don't want to hear this. I am not ready for this." And she's like, "Mary Beth was watching a video on TikTok." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." She's like, "The girl's underwear was missing," and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, it all wasn't there. She's like, it was going up her butt, and her butt cheeks were clapping, and she's just like cracking up laughing. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, "Go talk to your mother. She's not talking to me." I was like, I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, now I'm gonna have to talk and be like, "Hey, don't be showing my daughter girls freaking twerking in a goddamn thong." It's like I don't want to have to explain to her like, "No, that's her underwear. It's just missing 3/4 of it."
Yeah. Yeah. You know what TikTok's major flaw is, by the way?
What?
Just now I'm just thinking of Winnie asking about. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
Oh yeah.
No, TikTok's biggest flaw right now. So now they gotta seek it fast forward. But what I hate, yeah, you gotta stop it, you gotta pause it, and then you can fast forward it, which is great.
Okay.
But here's what I hate about it. Like I get wrapped into these like movie ones, even if it's a movie I've seen, right? And it's like 13, episode 13 or whatever, or 13, because they only can do 2 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. I hate that when I click one and then how you gotta, if you want to watch like the next one, you gotta click on the person's thing.
Yeah.
And then you gotta scroll through all their fucking things, right? Until you see where it says just watched.
Yeah.
Like there should be a way for me to hit that son of a bitch and go right to the where that one is. I'm not saying I need them in order, just send me to right where that one is. So I know the next one I need to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Pisses me off so bad. So here's the thing that like to me that like gets me off of TikTok, because when I have to look for if I have to look more than 10 seconds, I shut TikTok down for a minute. But if they had that, I'd probably be. And I remember I thought when that shit first came out, I was like, this is the old man in me is like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Now, dude, I'm sitting in the bathroom like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Some of it. Some of these people are so creative.
They are, and I did good. I stayed away from it because everyone, like, you would send me a video. A buddy at work, Josh, he would send me a video, and I'd just be like, I'm not getting into it. I don't need another thing that's going to waste a lot of time. And then finally I was like, screw it, I'm going to check it out. And then I'm like, son of a bitch. And it's like, now it's like, I still start late. So I start at 6:15. and so my breaks are different than everybody's. So everyone will go on break, and then my breaks after theirs. So I take their break and I don't do anything except for look at TikTok now. And then it's like the one day I sent Miranda like 5 videos within like 5 minutes, and she's like, "You got a problem? You need to get off TikTok." And I was like, "Nah, this is my first and my second, my 2 breaks." And I was like, "I got time to kill." And she's just like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But did you
That's
see
how I'd be
the
if I got breaks.
Did you see the Ocho Cinco one I sent you today? Did you watch it?
I have not watched any today. I literally have been.
I
we've
texted
been-
it to you. You gotta try. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh wait, no, I did. Him and Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis puts him on his ass.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
then
watched it at the doctor's office. Yep.
I love the lineman picks him up. He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "I ran in the Ray."
Oh, that's not what I thought he said. I thought he said I accidentally got raped. I literally thought that's what he said. I'm like, oh,
No, he
that
said
went far.
No, he said he ran in the Ray.
Yeah, I even told Kim, I was like, I think he just said I accidentally got raped. I'm
No,
like, that's aggressive.
it's kind of
No,
funny.
I
Doesn't
hate
make
it.
funnier.
Yeah, it does make it a little funnier, right? Yeah, those TikToks, I'm in it. I'm stuck now. I'm in it for good.
Dude, all I get is freaking like the Trump stuff. It's funny. Don't get me wrong. I love like I don't know if did I send you the Biden ludicrous one?
Where he's falling up the stairs?
No.
No,
Ludacris is so good. He's talking about being worth a lot of money, and he goes. It's the part where I can't think of what song it is, but he goes to the part where he says how much money is like what he thinks he's worth or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and all of a sudden they go to Biden when he's saying numbers at one of his press conferences. He's like 63, 45, 23 billion million, and like he's just stumbling along, and I'm
I
like,
saw that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw. Actually, I did. You did say that to me. Sometimes I
no.
click. All I know is on Thursdays, I get my Kevin Tenney memes that are inappropriate for his Facebook page. And as soon as those click, oh, this is Kimberly. TikTok is our love language. That's so true. Kim and I are constantly sending the most random shit to each other. She tells me, though, that my TikTok and Trevor's TikTok are the most terrible things she's ever seen.
oh my gosh. Well, have you
Yeah.
showed her any of the memes I've sent?
A couple of them. They're pretty bad.
I made the mistake and I accidentally sent one to Miranda and I was like, oh shit. And she's like, that one's so horrible. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be for you. And she's like, who are you going to send that to? I was like, oh, I send those to Matt and Ronnie. And she's like, you got a lot of those? I was like, oh yeah, I got a ton of those.
Yeah, I know. Like usually, like I said, usually on Thursdays, sometimes on Fridays. Yes, Wednesday was kind of weird. Wednesday threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, my week was really boring. So
But I know they're coming, and I know it's not. As soon as I hear that first ding and I see Kevin Tenney, I just wait because I know there's like 10 coming, and I just say, well, okay, I'll wait. I'll get in here, and then I'll just kind of review them.
I send them to you and like Chris, I'll send them to Chris. Like the ones that got me this week, it's funny because it's like there's been because I'm a part of this group. Because have you ever checked out the podcast called Time Suck with Dan Cummings, stand-up comedian?
No.
It's pretty good. He does like it's like a history kind of thing with a comedian doing it. And he does like history things, killers, cults, aliens, whatever. And he's always got these jokes in it. Because like one of my favorite parts of the episode is at the end, it's the mailbag. He reads letters that people send in. And all these people started writing they would write in and be like, I was listening to it and like my headphones came unplugged. And then so and so heard this part and they'd say what part. And it's always like the worst part of the show. And so like so many people that's like a big thing people write in that they actually call it Cummings Law. And some of them are just freaking hilarious of how they are. So he was on a kick where he did like a thing on a lot of cults. And so then they started a Facebook group and they called it Cult of the Curious. Well, they ended up getting suspended because someone complained about one of the memes that was in it. So now they started a second one, but then somebody else started one where it's like Cult of the Curious memes that are too savage. And I was like, I definitely got to be a part of that group.
Yeah, you got me in that group. It's too much for me. It's too much. It's like I'm pretty like, I can deal with just about anything. And that one's too much for me. Some like a lot of them are funny, but some of them just like I just can't even.
Yeah, some of them I will agree with that, but it's like that's why I get a lot of those memes and I send you. And so this week, with it being Pride Month, there's been a lot of pretty funny ones. And my sister-in-law, she hates Chick-fil-A because
Wait, how do you hate the greatest chicken in the
Well,
entire
she
world?
says their food's blah, but the owner is a big Christian and
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
donated,
Closed on Sundays, big Trump guy, hates
Yeah.
gay people. So yeah, their corporation hates gay people.
well, not hates, they just think they're
They
sinning.
think they're the devil.
Well, I mean, they're sinning. So, but anyways, so she's been posting memes and it's like she's been sharing them where they're basically hammering Chick-fil-A in a way, I guess. And I just sit there and I laugh and I go to make a comment and I'm like, no, I've been doing good for a while. I'll keep up that thing. But they've had some funny Chick-fil-A ones, and there was one that I had. I don't remember if I sent it to you or not, but it has a picture of their chicken sandwich, and it says Chick-fil-A, our pickles don't touch the way God intended.
Oh, I didn't see that. You didn't send that one to me.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, I'm sending this to Chris, and hopefully he shows her. And then like I sent to Miranda, so she got a kick out of it. And then there was another one that I got where I sent to Chris, where it sat there and it's like, Chick-fil-A serving everybody every day like they always have. So there's something like that, but it was taking a thing at Pride Month because everyone now is like, if you look at any corporation, Twitter or Facebook, they got the rainbow.
Yeah, they've all
behind
changed
them.
their stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, come on. It's like, seriously.
Here's the deal. Chick-fil-A could go outside of kicking puppies in front of me. Chick-fil-A could do some very terrible things. They could probably even do like human rights violations. And I'm still buying that chicken because that shit is amazing. They got the best fries. Oh, and they're the only ones smart enough to put a effing ketchup packet the right way.
Yeah.
So you can eat it on the go. Like, how that wasn't thought of 100 years beforehand. Like, and you can tell that guy likes fries because he was like with ketchup because he's like, it's fucking retarded. I go to McDonald's. I got to open the, especially it's like, oh, by the way, I made a decision I'm not going to eat in my car.
Yeah.
That's very hard. Very hard. But let me get back to that in a minute. Chick-fil-A, but like seriously, like you get the ketchup, right? You go to Wendy's or something, right? Because I was big for Wendy's breakfasts. That is like my favorite, like crack getaway food. So when I'm coming home from work, there's a Wendy's right at the exit. I get on the highway to come to work, come home. Then I got like a 35-minute drive home from there, 30-minute drive, whatever it is. So it's great to like, so I don't have to come home and make a breakfast or something, which I probably shouldn't be eating at that point anyways. But I would stop and get the Baconator breakfast sandwich because I think it's the best breakfast sandwich out there right now. And some of their JoJo's are the best. Hands down, the best. I don't even eat ketchup most days. But I like ketchup, right? It's kind of one of my dirty little favorite things. So I put the ketchup on, and you got to open the packet while you're driving, right? And then you can't, then you got to make a decision. Like, you can, just pour all the ketchup on. Then you got to get ketchup all over your damn hands when you're eating it. No, Chick-fil-A solved that damn problem. They're like, oh, just fucking pop the top, baby. Set this thing on its side. You can literally have it on your little arm thing, dipping away, brother, all day long with their waffle fries. Yeah, like I said, outside of kicking puppies, I mean, I might be okay with them slapping babies as long as they don't kick puppies. I'm in that chicken game for life.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not big on their chicken sandwich. I don't know. I'm very particular on my chicken sandwich. Like, the only chicken sandwich that I'll actually order a decent amount of times is the spicy chicken from Wendy's and the honey mustard something from Arby's.
Yeah,
but
no,
I love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets. That's what I get every time I go. I love those fucking things.
Yeah, that's usually what I get. Their sandwich is good. Their breakfast sandwich, I told Kim, if they would put an egg and some bacon and cheese on their breakfast chicken sandwich, it seems a lot, it seems aggressive.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it would change the world. It would change the world. Because if you just get their plain chicken sandwich, yeah, it's kind of boring. But I love their chicken nuggets or tenders, whatever they are. The tenders is what I always get.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like she doesn't like him because of that. She's, standing up. Well, she's a straight white woman, so she gets involved in everything. But she bought Winnie a Chick-fil-A outfit, which it's hilarious because it's like Miranda posted a picture the other week of her wearing it. She wore it to school, and it's got like white bell bottoms with cows all over it. The Chick-fil-A cow. I think it even says Chick-fil-A. And like, it's got a matching shirt, and it's like, how can you hate a place so much, but then you sit there and you still buy the outfit for my daughter?
Where do you think that money's going?
Yeah, I don't. It's mind-boggling. And then she's like, the outfit was so cute, and I'm like,
and Chick-fil-A is one of those places you can avoid. Like, I hate Walmart, but unfortunately, we don't have a good grocery store here.
Yeah.
So, like, it's kind of where we have to get, and I hate it so bad, Kevin. I hate giving Walmart my money more than just about anything.
And then the other thing about Chick-fil-A, like you can sit there and out of all the fast food places around here, like you can go to McDonald's or Burger King and you could be the only car and it takes you forever. Chick-fil-A, there'll be 20 cars in front of you and you can get out quicker than one car in McDonald's, for Christ's sake.
Well, you saw when they started with the vaccines earlier on, one of the cities was having like a hard time, like with their queue, like getting the line to move. So the manager they called Chick-fil-A and asked if they could kind of come like organize it. Chick-fil-A got that shit rolling, man.
They're good at their job, that's for sure.
I have never waited, not that I can remember, that I've ever waited more than like 5 minutes to get through a whole Chick-fil-A line.
Yeah.
And I've been in some long Chick-fil-A lines, man. They got like 6 people out there taking orders. Boom, boom, boom. And guess what? That's why that place is always packed, because they keep you happy.
Yeah.
One place, we got this place down here called Cupie's. It's always got a line, Kevin. Always got a line out to like the road. And I don't understand why, because it's not that good. Like, here's it. It's not that it's bad, but it's like kind of burger I could get at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nothing spectacular. I don't know why. Maybe that's why. I guess people maybe love it because it's just like the ones they make at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty simple burger, maybe a little dry. It wasn't bad by any means, but I'm like, I can't figure out. I drive some of these places, like we have a Lee's Chicken. They do have the best chicken tenders, but like their sides suck.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, every time you drive by that thing, Kevin, 12, 13, 14 cars in line. I don't know what like they're putting in the sauce. If it's like a front for a crack dealership. Speaking of crack dealerships, did you watch were you into Queen of the South?
No.
Oh, Kevin.
I just heard about it.
Kevin, binge that show.
Okay.
Binge it. It's how many seasons is it, honey? Kim, if you're still watching, how many seasons was Queen of the South? I think it's like, I don't know. It's not too many, really. She says she doesn't know. She's my answer for everything. But I'm telling you, Kevin, that show, we just watched the last episode, like the series finale yesterday. And yeah, it's done now, which is even better. So you don't have to be like get hooked and then be like, oh shit, I gotta wait a year for next season.
Yeah.
I'm already pissed that I gotta wait till September to see the last 5 episodes of the last season of Billions.
They're ending that show?
No, but because it was only because of COVID, they only did 5 episodes for this season.
Oh, okay, so they're not doing like a new season or finishing last season?
We're gonna finish last season in September, and then the next season's already done.
Oh, okay.
But
I've been wondering when it's going to come out because I love that show, and I keep waiting. I gotta look to see when the Dexter reboot starts.
I'm interested about that. I think Kim was a Dexter guy. Maybe.
Oh, I love Dexter.
I've never watched a single episode.
Dude, you got to start at the first. You can't come in weird. You gotta start first season.
Yeah, maybe I'll binge that next.
I would. It's definitely pretty good. He kills a lot of people. Makes it entertaining.
I need to look for some stuff for when I have my next surgery. I got some downtime. Binge stuff. Yeah. I don't know, man. You got anything else? I gotta go do some prepping.
Have you seen it came out the other day? It might have been yesterday. It was yesterday or Wednesday. But you see they took a poll. I don't know who took the poll, but they're saying that LeBron's the most hated player in the NBA.
I heard that. He's kind of earned it. Like, Here's the thing. I think when you're not, like, sometimes, because he has been wrong, like, I thought when he doxed that cop, that was bad. And you know how I feel about cops, so, like, if I'm saying it's bad, it's probably a bad plan. But he didn't even apologize for it.
No, he blamed other people, like most Democrats or liberals, whatever you want to do.
So I'm losing. Let's not just wrap everybody up in a bundle, Kevin.
Well, I mean, look.
I am
you
losing a
gotta
little
look
bit
at
of
it.
like, is it? I always love LeBron because he's from Akron, but yeah, I get it. I get it. Probably bad timing for him to. Here's the messed up thing. Did you see the Fast Nine? How like we talked about this last week, maybe where
John Cena.
yeah, seen it called Taiwan or whatever it was, a country, and they're
Yeah.
like in F9, like dropped 80%. I mean, the movie sucks, but you dropped 80% from the first week.
Well, did you see that he actually came out and apologized in Chinese?
That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
But here's the problem.
That's a huge market over there. And China, it's so crazy because think about how much of an influence China has on so much stuff over here. And like people wondered why like Trump was so hard on them. And it's just like what they're doing to Taiwan, what they're doing to Hong Kong, and it's just like he says, Taiwan's a country. He comes out and apologizes because they're like, you're just going to cost us a shit ton of money, which ended up still costing them a shit ton of money. And then like even like when the whole pandemic thing started, they were having that WHO was having whatever conference where they were sitting there saying how like it wasn't from China and not airborne, all the crap where they found out was completely wrong. But they sat there and somebody asked about Taiwan, and the guy's like didn't like he wasn't like he was like ignoring it, and he's like said something that wasn't about it, and he's like next question, and the lady asked the same thing again, and all of a sudden it's just like he just closed the screen. So he wouldn't have to answer because China has such a big part in the WHO. And then like the NBA last year, the guy from the Rockets made his comment about Hong Kong, and then China got all pissed off about it. And then LeBron came out and he's like, his whole thing about, you shouldn't talk about stuff you don't know about. It's like, well, you were the one, it was proven that you were the one that didn't know the hell you were talking about. It's just like.
Yeah, and it was hurting his money because that's where his shoes get made.
And then. Go ahead.
I already forgot, Kevin.
Sorry. But then I was going to sit there and say, how about, dude, I haven't watched the news in so long. I turned it off. I haven't watched it probably like 2 months just because it was just getting too much. It was just straight up ridiculous. And I sat there and was like, I'll still watch like my videos of like the Hodge twins or Shapiro. So every once in a while, they'll sit there and they'll call out CNN for how bad they are, or MSNBC. Then they call Fox too. But, they were saying how they were showing clips and they were making fun of them because Trump's out of the office and they're losing ratings because they can't talk about, they don't talk about Trump every day, complain. So now they're trying to, some of their shows are starting to get back into it. Well, they were saying how now they're finally admitting how that lab in Wuhan looks like that's where it came from. So it's like the one lady, I can't remember if it was CNN or MSNBC. She was like trying not to say that Trump was right, and then she finally did. But then she's like, "But he was right in all the wrong reasons. He only said it because he was racist." And it's just like, no, he wasn't fucking racist. Like he actually had people that he was listening to, and they were like, "Yeah, we're pretty sure this is where it came from. That's what he said." And then everyone's like, "Oh my god, he hates Chinese people." It's like, no, that's where the fucking disease came from. It's like, come on. So it's like the more stuff keeps coming out, and it's like all the times that all the stuff that everyone was saying how he was so wrong, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and like now it's like he was right, and that's like being proven. It's like they don't know what the fuck to do. It's hilarious.
Well, I mean, you could. He's sure you could be right and still be a terrible person and a terrible leader. But yeah, I get it.
But I mean, he wasn't. I mean, it's just like. It's like they had nothing else to go on except for they had to push that narrative the entire time. And it's like then we get this bumbling fool.
Yeah, it's funny. I turned the news on today for like literally the first time in a couple of months. Same thing. I'm just like just too much. Like I'm just over. Like between the election stuff, just became too much. Like I was like, fuck. Like people got to where they couldn't even have like civil conversations and.
I turned it on Monday because I wanted to see what the weather was. I just wanted to watch the local news. Well, I fell asleep, and because it was pretty hot Monday, so I was just extremely tired. So it's like I fall asleep, and then Miranda woke me up. Yeah, Miranda woke me up because the nightly news came on, And she sat there and she's like, "Did you hear that?" She's like, "Is that true?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what we're talking about right now." And so she sat there and I started listening, and they were complaining about how certain states got really low vaccination numbers, and of course, it's a lot of states down south, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas. So of course, they have some guy on there, and he's like, "This is so bad." He's like, "We're gonna have another outbreak. It's gonna be like last summer, and it's just gonna the numbers are gonna spike." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, Miranda, I was like, "I am sorry that I fell asleep because I would have turned it." I was like, "No, do not listen to anything they say." I was like, people are getting over it. People aren't worried about it anymore. I was like, you still got the crazy people that are wearing masks while they're in a swimming pool. You're going to have those stupid people, and they're always going to be here because there's warning labels on fucking everything. And I was like, just don't listen to them. I was like, you're vaccinated. She's like, but what's it do? I was like, not a fucking thing. But they told us you needed to get it done because that's what we needed to do. So I was like, just, you can't worry about it no more. I was like, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. You're either going to live or you're going to die. You know, it's just like, you got to hope that you're not in that 0.003%.
I'm half vaxxed.
Huh?
We go get our last shot next week, and then I'll be fully vaccinated.
Well, that's good.
Because I love my wife.
Yeah. I got mine because my wife said I was fat, so.
Your wife straight up said you were fat?
Well, she did it the nice way, though. She was like...
There's not a nice way. It's always mean.
But she did do it kind of nice because, like, when she scheduled it, she sat there and she texted me. And she's like, I got you scheduled for your shot next week. And I'm like, wait a second. I was like, it was the week before it was open to anybody. And I was like, we can't get it for another 2 weeks. And she's like, oh, no, we qualify under this medical thing. And I was like, I don't got anything fucking wrong with me. I was like, what the hell are you talking about medical thing? And she's like, well, technically, at the doctor's office, you're overweight, so you're considered obese. And I was like, are you calling me fat?
I love it. The diva strikes again.
Yeah, I'm just like sitting there, and she's like, and then she got all mad. She's like, if you don't want to get it, you don't got to get it. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, I'll get the stupid shot.
Yeah. I hope this one doesn't make me as sick as the last one. Because Kim was really bad, but she had corona. And we found out after the fact that if you've had corona,
that's what they say.
It really messed up.
Yeah.
It put her right on her ass, dude. Like, I almost thought she had it again. But it made me feel really sick. So, and like my arm hurt for a couple of days. So I don't know. I'm ready to get it done.
See, I didn't have any problem. Like first shot, nothing. And then the second shot where I got the shot, my arm hurt for 2 days.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any, I wasn't really sick. Miranda she complained like she wasn't feeling the greatest the first shot and her arm was really sore. Well, then the second shot, it's like her arm was sore and she was sick. So she got it both times. But like I said, I didn't have anything. So
well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'm going to go. It's getting late and we got family coming.
All right.
So tell Miranda and everyone I said hi. And I'm sure I'll talk to you
soon.
They
all say hi, so.
All right. Tell them, take it easy.
All right, I will.
All right, brother. Bye.
All right, bye.